going on, guys? Dirtsheet from the Spoiler Alert Network. I'm here with my buddy, my comrade, my guy, Showtime, and we're coming at you today with another Hype Train video, and we're going to be getting excited about the Wednesday night wars that are going to be waging here in a couple weeks in the wrestling world. And what we're talking about is WWE's NXT promotion going against AEW's Wednesday night Dynamite promotions, and they are going to be streaming, I'm pretty sure, the exact same hours on Wednesday nights. NXT is going to be on USA, and Dynamite is going to be on TNT. And we're going to just kind of break down the shows and get you guys excited about what we're excited about. So, it's the fucking Hype Train!
Get fucking hyped!
So, as you guys know, both me and Showtime are avid lovers of the NXT roster. Showtime, what gets you excited about NXT? Like, what makes you excited for this show?
NXT is great because it's the future of wrestling. But now, it's the present of wrestling. These guys have been busting their for years as a developmental promotion, but now they're on the same level as Raw and SmackDown. They're on primetime television on the USA Network. They're not stuck to the WWE Network anymore. Now they're on TV. And that's a big deal.
Yeah, a huge deal.
Yeah.
And I agree 100% with the fact that NXT deserves to be shown worldwide. They deserve more TV time. And the fact that these guys are getting a live slot is amazing. Because a lot of people have the network, but I don't think a lot of people watched NXT weekly. A lot of people watched the takeovers. For a while, the takeovers were doing better than the pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. Review-wise and viewing-wise. It was just dwarfing the WWE roster. But now you're going to get the weekly shows every week on USA. Starting in 2 weeks, they're going to stream for the full 2 hours on USA on the 2nd. But for now, they're doing an hour on USA and the last hour on the network because of some issues with runtime on USA right now. But I'm really excited that these guys are going to get to showcase their talent to the world because we all know about, the UE, the Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, and a couple of the other talents on the roster that the world knows about. But then there's talents that not a lot of people know about, like Io Shirai or the Street Profits, who are just hitting their stride. Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan, the Forgotten Sons. There's a lot of talent on the NXT roster, and something that a lot of people were concerned about at one point was the fact that NXT doesn't have enough talent to fill out 2 hours. I don't think that's the case. I think they have plenty of talent. These shows are going to be grade A. I'm really excited for them, and I think it's going to be phenomenal showing on Wednesday nights for NXT.
Yeah, for sure. The big thing about NXT before was that they have the hour-long show, and they did it perfectly. And now they're going to a 2-hour format, and they do have the talent pool there to make this work and still be entertaining. It's not going to be dragging on like people are worried about, because I believe that the talent pool is there, like you're saying.
Yeah. The list just goes on. Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic. Like, the longer you think about it, the more talent there is. And I think everything about NXT is just gold, from the commentating team, the pace of the matches. Full Sail University is one of the loudest weekly shows that I've heard in recent memories. They just don't shut up, and I love it. Because if the crowd is invested, then the viewers at home are invested. And they have a saying for NXT that the black and gold brand is the gold standard for wrestling now. And I am 100% agree with that. But I think we're talking a lot about NXT. We're not giving a lot of love to AEW, and they deserve some recognition, honestly.
Yeah, let's talk about AEW. This company is relatively new, debuting on TV for the first time on October 2nd. They've had a couple of pay-per-view shows. They had Double or Nothing. They had Fyter Fest. They had Fight for the Fallen. And they had All Out just a couple weeks ago. At All Out, they crowned their first world champion in Chris Jericho. He had his match.
Break out the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. He had his match against Adam Page, who I thought was going to win. I thought Hangman Page was going to get that push from the company and be the first champion for AEW, but they decided to go with the legend Chris Jericho, which maybe that's going to get the viewers, and it'll allow Hangman Page to get the Chase storyline for the championship.
which plays out well. Jericho is a very, to say he's a big name is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho he's already a Hall of Famer in WWE for what he did.
For sure.
Regardless of the fallout between him and the company for
Mm-hmm.
leaving for AEW. But Jericho is a phenomenal talent. Not just wrestler, but talent. And I honestly think his mic skills outweigh his wrestling skills.
Yeah.
But, so for a recognizable face like that to be the first face of your company, I think is a good move. And I actually haven't seen AEW pay-per-view myself yet, but I've seen highlights, and they really go in on these pay-per-views. It has almost a hardcore feel to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like they're trying too hard to be like the Ruthless Aggression era and, make everything over the top. It's still quality in-ring performances with just these death-defying, dare-taking moves. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Canadian Destroyer off the top of a ladder through a damn table. You couldn't pay me enough to take that bump. I don't want to be a vegetable. That noise. No. So the moment you tell me that's the bump I'm taking, give me my walking papers. I'm Sasha Banking out of the company. So, but I'm really excited for these shows to clash head to head because it's a lot of young talent between the two shows. And I'm really excited for this because competition breeds greatness. And
course.
nobody has stepped to WWE for a long time, arguably since WCW.
Yeah, that's
TNA tried for a while.
It wasn't even close, though.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. No matter, TNA had a very deep roster, but they were never on par with WWE for a second.
TNA was like a lemonade stand next to a Starbucks.
Holy
That's just
put that
how it
on a
is.
shirt. But AEW was the first company to make Vince McMahon sweat because you've seen the improvements that Vince is making to WWE over the past couple months since AEW started, with letting Heyman and Bischoff control the weekly shows, stepping up the performance at the pay-per-views, pushing NXT to Wednesday nights on live television to compete with AEW.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of behind-the-scenes things that we don't know, and Vince McMahon denies, or probably will deny, that he's trying to compete with AEW, but he's sweating, honestly. I don't think he should have much to worry about because WWE is so entrenched in everything now, and they're so known, but AEW is going to make him work.
AEW, they got some money behind them, too, so...
Yeah, and it came out of nowhere, seemingly. Yeah. Cody Rhodes was just like, oh, hey, I have a wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
So, and he had Kenny Omega and those other two guys.
The Bucks?
The Fat Ducks. So...
Yeah, the Bucks and Cody, they're the executive vice presidents of the company, with Tony Khan as the president, I believe. And Tony Khan is putting all his money forward for it, and he must obviously believe in the idea of having a wrestling company, or else he wouldn't be so much invested in it. And this guy knows sports, so he owns some football clubs over in Europe. And now he's trying his hand at wrestling, and I believe in this company to do some big things in the future.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be great, that's for sure.
They'll be starting with tag team champions soon. They'll be starting a women's championship soon. I believe Nyla Rose is one of the contenders for the women's championship.
You know something I really admire about AEW?
What's that?
Is the fact that it's not a company just throwing guys in the ring trying to compete with another promotion. They know how to book.
Yes.
They know how to build a story. They know how to push superstars. And that's why I'm confident in AEW's ability to stay relevant for a long time. In a world where WWE owns everything.
A damn near a monopoly.
Yeah,
really.
exactly. Vince McMahon and WWE is the Disney of the wrestling universe. And, AEW is not going to be like Sony. But, so I really think they're going to compete and they're going to keep ratings up. They're going to be around for a while. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. AEW is even pushing NXT to make improvements to a show that was already phenomenal. They're bringing superstars back from, you've seen Fandango come back. Tyler Breeze has come back. Rumors are that Kevin Owens is going to make an appearance. Pete Dunne is on NXT Weekly now. Rhea Ripley's on NXT. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
For sure.
So,
AEW they got Jericho, they got the Bucks, they got Omega, they have Adam Page, Cody Rhodes, John Moxley, who we're not even talking about for some reason.
Dean
Moxley,
Ambrose, Moxley.
he missed out on All Out because he had a MRSA scare. But while he was out of All Out, Kenny Omega had a fantastic match with Pac. Used to be Adrian Neville. You might know him from NXT.
I forgot
from
about
WWE.
Neville too.
He was at All Out and he had a hell of a match against Omega. And they got the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Rey Fenix. And they got the Dark Order, used to be known as the Super Smash Bros. And SCU. Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky. It's a trio of guys, super entertaining, great to watch in the ring. And everybody who I just named is going to be a big deal moving forward.
It's phenomenal to think about the depth on both of these rosters. And
Of course.
it's exciting to know that if you don't know about these guys, you will. That is a guarantee that you will know the names on both of these rosters by the end. Unless there's anything else we wanted to touch on, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we're good. Just
So,
get ready for Wednesday nights.
right, yeah, exactly. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was the Hype Train from the Spoiler Alert Network. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Give us a thumbs up, share. Let us know if you're excited about this or if you're not. Maybe you're not excited at all. Maybe you don't know what we've been talking about the entire video, but it's a Hype Train.
Stay dedicated.